guys, my name is Shay, aka the Salty Stitcher here on YouTube, and this is my like 8th video or something, I guess. I don't know. 8th Flosstube, not 8th video. 8th Flosstube. I'm pretty sure it's the 8th one. That would put me at like 15 or 16 videos, I think, which means I'm doing this for almost 4 months, which feels like that feels like wrong. Like that doesn't feel correct. So I don't know, something like that. If I look a little tired today, I'm sorry. My allergies have been really bad this morning, and my eyes were a bit swollen earlier when I was seeing clients. I feel all right, but my eyes just look swollen. I don't even feel swollen necessarily; they just look swollen. So if that looks that way, that's what's going on. I don't think it would bother anyone, but there you go. Welcome to South Texas. Our allergies are horrific. My allergist tells me that South Texas has the worst allergies, like the highest allergies, I guess is more correct, than anywhere else in the States, from what I've been told. I don't know if that's true. If you hear anything weird, the dogs have been kind of on it today. The puppy is bothering the older dog, and so that's what's going on. Go outside, Lulu. You're okay. Go outside. Go outside. You're all right. You're fine, Bubba. You are. You're fine. He's coming over here. He's hiding from his brother a lot today. But if you hear anything weird, that's what's going on. The puppy's just woken up, so hopefully it's not too bad. Chewy, Bubba, Chewy, leave him alone. Leave him alone. So yeah, if you hear anything weird, that's what's going on. I'm hoping that he doesn't start it up, because it's almost like I put powdered sugar in the puppy's kibble, the man's kibble. The puppy has been very hyper today. So if that's what's going, or if you hear anything weird, that's what's going on. Today is a Flosstube, so we'll do all the normal Flosstube things. I normally start with news, so news things that I'm doing, new stuff about stitching, new stuff about filming sometimes too. I mentioned in my last Flosstube, as well as the most recent video, the video I had last week, that I have switched to thread keeps. This is my Monster House thread keep. This is one of the thread keeps I bought on Amazon, so that would be a little bit cheaper. When I saw you guys on Friday, I think I still had, yeah, I know for a fact I did, or Saturday rather, not Friday. I still had everything like handwritten for each individual project on the like thread sheet that I had printed out for the project. I went ahead and put them on sheets on iPad or Mac or whatever I was doing. And so that's what this is. Now, the reason why it looks so like weird and gray is not because the paper was gray, but because it is thermal paper. I have a portable thermal printer. It's up in my office, so I'm not going to go grab it. But that's what I put these all out, or printed these all out on, and then I laminated them. The problem with laminating thermal paper is that it's going to bring out the thermal, like, it's not dye, I don't think, or ink, but it's going to, in essence, darken the page. So like the back is actually white, which is weird. So these are printed out for all the current projects. I think everything has one, except for like my long dog, which has one color, so it's not necessary. But all of these are labeled. You can kind of see here, like this says, shared one SHD number 1, or 1 number 29. So that's where I know where this 906 thread color is. Then there's Monster House, and that's how I know if it's on the Monster House thread keep, right? So this has been working pretty well. I have a hole punch, so I'll be hole punching this, sticking it on a binder ring, and then binder ringing these two together so I don't have to worry about losing them. The reason why this looks so weird is because this is glow-in-the-dark DMC, and it doesn't hold itself together the way the skeins of the lengths of DMC do, or regular DMC do. But this is from Monster House. This is what I was working on this morning, so that's why it's out. But yes, I ended up doing it. If you remember from my video last week, I said I was going to do it, so I did. So that's really the only different stitching thing that I've done recently. Flosstubes, I'm still kind of very deep in not watching a whole bunch of or listening to a whole bunch of Flosstubes when I'm driving. I was doing that, or I wasn't listening to as many Flosstubes while I was driving because I was doing a training. I found a really good algorithm on Spotify, and so it's been feeding me a lot of really good like early 2000s, mid 2000s rock, and so like a lot of like alt rock, some prog stuff, like some Muse, and some emo stuff too. And so I've been listening to that because you don't look the gift algorithm in the mouth when it gives you good stuff on Spotify. So I'm caught up with most of the people I'm normally caught up with. I need to catch up with Floss Bossing Cousins, because it's been a while since I've watched one of their videos. I caught up with Cross Stitch the Globe. Stephanie is doing them, had released ones this week that were just her, because Allison is like, the schedules aren't lining up, which happens, I assume. I film by myself, so it doesn't happen to me necessarily. I guess sometimes I have to like creatively find time, but I've caught up with them. Apparently, Stephanie is living in a house that has some lore. You should go watch her video if you want more information about that. But because of the lore that's happening around her house, they are going to be doing, Stephanie and Allison are going to be hosting the Make It Murder SAL. So don't have any information on that yet, because they will be talking about that in a future videos. So I will be keeping up with that so I can participate in the Make It Murder SAL. I watched Crow Stitch's new video, and it's been a while since they've released a video. They've been super busy with their candles. Their candle company, not their candles, just their candles, no, their candle company. And so it was fun to watch their newest video. They had some finishes. They had the mushroom ghost finished in their last video, so that was lots of fun. Wicked Cat Stitch also released a new video after a bit of a hiatus, or not hiatus necessarily, but a break. She had not released in a couple weeks. So it was fun to kind of catch up with all of the peeps I'm normally catching up with. I'm trying to remember, Cats was when I did my last Flosstube, so I'm trying to remember stuff that was from hers. But she was a lot of fun. What was it that I saw that I wanted to make sure I mentioned? I can't remember. I have Swiss cheese brain. But that's that. Those are all the Flosstubes I've been keeping up with. I did my first Stitchy Zoom, so I'm part of a Stitchy Zoom that came out of Midsummer Stitch. So the people I was in a group with, or on a table with in Midsummer Stitch, do a monthly Stitchy Zoom. So it was my first time this month, and that was a lot of fun as well. I guess that's all of the just like normal stuff that I talk about. Let's get on to stitching. I had technically 2 finishes this. No, don't move. I know that you're in the right spot. Don't move. Okay, good. I think it's still fine. I technically had 2 finishes this week. Technically 2 finishes because it's 2 separate projects, but they're the same project. So my Cross Stitch the Globe, Lord, my Moonlit Market SAL by Urban Stitches is completed, and I ended up doing the extras, which make sure you can see them. Come on. I have a privacy screen on my phone because I work at a hospital with nosy teenagers. I don't even see the teenagers often anymore, but it makes it hard for me to double check. And the app I was using to like, not remote, but to, in essence, use my iPad as a window, as a viewer, it's just so hard to use and makes for not great video. So I'm not going to do that. But this should be fine. You should be able to see everything. I ended up doing the extras. The extras were all in black, which is nice. And they're just these little bottle tops down here. And mushrooms. So I'm pretty sure, well, these for sure are mushrooms. This one I thought might be a mushroom, but the more I look at it, the more it might be actually a bottle top as well. And just a really fancy skinny neck bottle top. I don't know. But it also could be a mushroom. I don't know. But it's done. I caught up. I think when I made the video for last week, I had already caught up on the last 2 bottles. So the last 2 bottles are Aurora here and Hope. They look a little puckered, which is why I don't do black work on linen, because it always looks puckered and messy. But these 2 were done. I love Aurora. Aurora is super pretty. These colors are just super nice, and the little house is so cute. But Aurora and Hope were the last 2 like bottles to be completed, and they were completed I think last week by the time I had done the video. And then these little bottle tops were the extras, so I did those 2 nights ago, I think. Thursday night, last night, one of those 2. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Time's a construct. But those 2 are done, or these 2 projects are done. So the linen is, this one is the candy colors. I'm gonna put some, yay, it's completed noises. Little cheers or applause. That's the linen version. And then this is the Ada version. And it's these 2 right here. I don't like, most of the time I like the darker color scheme better than the candy colors or the brights. It tends to be my vibe anyways, but I don't like these as much. This one's kind of still fine. But this one, I think the colors aren't, well, maybe it's just this lighting, I don't know. But I don't necessarily know if I like the colors of the Aurora as nice. I don't think they're as bright, of course, because they're darks. But anyways, it's a dark color palette shade. Here is my little bottle top extras here. But yeah, they're completed. I'm kind of sad. This has been fun. I've kept up with this one most of the time. There's only been a couple weeks where I've been behind every so often, but I'm kind of sad. I like my little mandrake. He's cute. I like my frog. He just looks happy. He looks happy. I like my little ghosts. And I like my bees. But it is completed. I like the bats. Freaking love bats. If you know, you know. I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, it's completed. It is completed. So those are my finishes. Technically, it's one SAL, but it's two projects because I did it twice because I started it with linen and didn't like it. And you'll see that again in a little bit if you haven't already seen it because you've watched my videos before. So I'm kind of sad. I really, really liked it. It was a lot of fun. Black work is like the thing I do when I get frustrated with cross stitch, to be honest. I've also thought about doing hardanger soon. Maybe I'll try that soon, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all of my finishes. I'm almost at a finish with the Herbalist SAL. I don't know how many more releases there are, but all the little boxes are done. I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, that's my finishes. Yay! As you may know or may not know, if you don't watch videos of mine, I guess is the thing that would determine whether or not you know this. I don't tend to do much with my finishes, so you're not likely to see a fully finished object except for when I'm doing smalls for a stitchy retreat. So that I am excited about finished projects, even if I don't do anything with them. This is my first whip here. This is my long dog. This is Dilemma by Long Dog, and the thread is sorry, the dogs came in and I got distracted. The thread is Bog Witch by Pirate and Robin, I'm pretty sure. And then the fabric is Mermaid. I think it's called Mermaid. I will make sure I double check it. But it is Forbidden Fiber Co. It is an 18 count Ada and an aqua color. Like, it's not a modeled aqua. It's a pretty solid aqua. I've said it's modeled before, but I really don't think it actually is. I think I just make things up in my head to make them feel more exciting. I got quite a bit done. So last time I would have shown this, I would have had like half of this little crow or this little bird done. But I managed to get all the way down here because I was so caught up on a lot of things this week. And I didn't have any of the big releases I had the week before or the 2 weeks before. I was able to get some of my long dog done. So I probably did a couple hundred stitches, 300 stitches probably. But yeah, I really like these little like flower mandalas. I think they're cute. But yeah, I just have one more section and then I'll have one side of the frame completely done, and I'll probably go across like this and up like that. If you could see my hand, you may not be able to see my hand. I don't know. So that's Long Dog, Dilemma by Long Dog. I'm not anywhere near even picking what boxes are going to go where, what patterns are going to go in which boxes. This is Forest Fairy Tale by Quaternion Designs or Creations. I always mess this up. I think it's Designs. My brain is telling me it's Designs. This is all cut up as well. Last time I would have shown this, I think I was halfway through Snow White, maybe, probably Snow White. So Snow White is completed, and then I did. I'm not gonna be able to say her name, so I'm gonna look it up. But cross stitch. Chewy, Baba, lay down. Huldra, also known as Skogsra in Sweden. Huldra, it's an ancient deity protecting the forest and its inhabitants, similar to a Leshy. Which is this guy here. So this is Huldra. She's done as well. This one, the only thing I didn't like about this release is because it didn't have to be red. I almost kind of changed some of the stuff to make it red, but I didn't. So I'm sure that there's a reason why she doesn't have any red, so maybe that will make sense in the future. So maybe there'll be a lot of red in this one down here or something like that. There's a lot of red in this one, I guess. But Snow White and Huldra are completed. Fun fact, I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my groups. Geez, I'm a therapist who does groups. I always use groups instead of videos or in other words. I use groups entirely too much and for replacements for other words. But anyways, I was in the Shadow Stitcher like group chat, and I called him. We were talking about, no, Kat posted the video or the picture for the Dragon of the North, which is this pattern right here, this release right here. And I was like, oh no, I was just caught up. And I was kind of sad because I just caught up and I wanted to be caught up for a little bit. And then I realized, no, this is the Dragon of the North. I always thought he was a lizard because he looks a little bit like a bearded dragon to me. But of course, bearded dragons aren't necessarily something that are going to be part of a European forest fairy tale style, but You never heard that fairy tale? The bearded dragon fairy tale from somewhere in Europe? The French bearded dragon fairy tale? No. He's a dragon. He is a dragon, and he is... So that's a fun fact for this SAL. I like it. I like this fabric. This fabric is Sloth, I believe. It's a 28 count even weave by Witch's Garden SAL, and then this is just DMC. DMC. I like it. I like it a lot. A lot of this was finished or caught up on when I was sick with COVID a month ago. This is the Herbalist SAL, so you'll see what I was talking about a tiny bit earlier. I have way too much fabric for this SAL, so it's much smaller than the fabric that I bought for it. This is 16 count, I believe, Ancient by Picture This Plus, which if I get a fabric from 123 Stitches, almost always Picture This Plus. I like their fabrics a lot. And this, like, Ada is so soft, like so soft. This is mostly DMC with this green here is Moss 2202, I think, or 2201 by Weeks Dye Works, which is like a very like subtle, stop it. It's a very subtle green, like yellowy green, darker green kind of variegated floss. This is the Herbalist SAL by WorldOnAStringByDara. Let me see if you can actually see all of it. Yeah, you can. WorldOnAStringByDara. Stop it. What are you doing? Sorry, my iPad is being ghosted. What I mean by ghosted is like my iPad is acting like it's being controlled by a ghost, but it was just that my Bluetooth mouse was underneath things. It is what it is. So this is WorldOnAStringByDara's Herbalist SAL. I was super behind because I didn't buy it until it was already well into being done, or well into being released. I saw this on Cross Stitch the Globe. Stephanie is doing it as well, and I'm obsessed with it. I was obsessed with it when I saw Stephanie doing it. I'm obsessed with it now. So the only thing left to do is this big middle section. I just don't know how many releases are in this big middle section, but I've done all the little boxes. So I caught up on it last weekend, and then the lavender was the last release, and that was released on Monday. So that was done on Monday. So it is completed. It is completed. I love it. I love it a lot. I just love the way that she did these little straws, I guess, or droppers. They're not straws. Droppers. I love that. I love these little plants down here, the chamomile and the calendula. Calendula are super cute. I like my stinging nettles, even though they were hard to, the stinging nettles was very hard to stitch because it has all these little thorns. And this is not, like, if I had known that, if I had remembered and considered, I should say, because I know, or was told, it was in the stitching instructions, I'm sure, but if I had thought about it when I bought this fabric, I would have thought about getting it in a linen or an even weave, because all of these are like quarter stitches, and they're in the middle boxes and all that kind of stuff, and it's hard to do that on Ada. But I didn't think about it. The other problem I had was that this fabric is exactly the same color as the main color for the ginger here. So what I did is I just used one strand of the ginger of the original color, which is like 738, I think, and then one strand of this like 167 or 160 something, I think, which is like the brown color here, like the tawny brown. And I just blended them, and then it works. It looks fine. It's not as nice as I would want it to be, but I'm not going to worry too much about it, because this is pretty much almost done anyways. So, yep, EC's done. EC's done, or caught up, not done. So I think the next release is probably on Monday as well. So, and we'll see how many. I need to look and see, because honestly, it's in the stitching instructions. So look and see how many people or how many releases are left. This is, actually you can see it. Yes, you can. This is the one I'm currently working on right now when I worked on this morning. This is Monster House by Satsuma Street. This fabric likes to bunch, and I'm not gonna iron. I have a moral, like, dislike for ironing. I hate ironing. I will iron it when I need to, but I'm not ironing it now. I'm sorry. If it looks unprofessional, this is a YouTube video, and I'm sorry. I'm not professionally a YouTuber. This is Monster House by Satsuma Street. This, I think I had started working on when I did my last floss tube, so you wouldn't have seen all of this guy here, because that would have been like 2 Sundays ago, I think, that I finished it. I love it. I love this tentacle. There's another tentacle on this side over here. I love it. I watched this while watching the Cathedral or something like that. It's a historical, like, not period piece, I guess, but a funny period piece, like an anachronistic period piece set in the plague in Florence, I think, in Italy. It's on Netflix, rather. I watched that while I was doing this SAL. Fun fact. Yeah. Anyways, fun fact. It was funny. It's hysterical, actually. Really quite well done. There's some parts of it that get a little dry, but it's mostly very good. But yeah, so this one has another tentacle, and it has some ghosties here, and then it's just kind of the second, like the last part of the bottom part of the house, and then we'll be going up here. But yeah, as you can see, this fabric which is haunted by Picture This Plus. It is a 16 count even weave, I believe. Is a bit too dark for this pattern. The pattern called for was raw linen, I think, raw Ada, which is just like, or natural maybe, which is like nice. Like, it's not white, but it was going to be boring. If it was going to be monsters, I wanted it to be monstery fabric. The only problem is that this is about the same color as some of the darker grays, and so I've been doing some back stitching to make up for that. So I still think it looks all right. I'm not too worried about it. But this is Monster House, and it is in every other week. Chewy Bubba, he's in his little bed crying at me. I know, once I'm done, we can go cuddle, I promise, okay? This is an every other week release, and so this one will have, by the time I do another floss tube, it'll have either another full one, probably not, but I'll be started on it again next week, next time I see y'all. I was able to do some work on not just my long dog, I was actually able to do some work as well on my Cathedral Goddess by Mirabilia. I did all of this blue for the most part. I think I had started it last time I worked on it, but I was able to put a good couple of colors in, or a good couple of thread lengths in. I did all the blue up to a certain spot on her bodice, and started working on some of this dark brown. But yeah, she's here. She's looking real good. I remember being really concerned about this fabric and thinking the fabric might be a weird choice. This is Velt, and I think it is a 32 count linen. Velt by Picture This Plus. But I actually really do like it. I think it's going to look cool. I think it's going to look cool. I don't think it's going to conflict too badly, because even the blue, I think, still looks really good on it. You guys may not agree, but I agree with myself, so that's what matters. But Velt, Picture This Plus. I'm only doing the DMC right now. I will do I'll probably do the Karen Water Lilies after I finish most of, if not all of the DMC. Like, I'm planning on just going all the way down. My problem, or my assumption, is that if I do the Karen Water Lilies and I counted wrong, that a Karen is going to be really hard to take out. The water lilies is going to be really hard to take out, a frog out, because I think it's just going to shred, because silk is pretty soft. And then I don't want to do the Krennic until the very end, because the Krennic can shred everything else. If you try to stitch next to Krennic, it can shred the fabric or the thread that you're putting in. So I'll do all of the Karen Water Lilies, I will do all of the Krennic, and then I will do all the beading is my plan as of right this moment. If you watched my Mill Hill video from a couple months, or last month I think, I will probably I'm going to attempt to bead this in hand, because I think it'll be more comfortable than pulling out a hoop that I'm not used to using, or a frame I'm not used to using. I used to use them, obviously I can, but my hands don't like it as much anymore, and you know, I stitch for myself, not because that's what the rules are. There are no rules in cross stitching. So that's my Mirabilia Cathedral Woods Goddess. I put some more stitches in. This one I need to catch up on. This is my Deadly Aquarium. Make sure you can see her. Yeah, I think you can. In my Deadly Aquarium, there's another release, released yesterday, which is down here in this corner. It's like a sign, another sign, and then some like starfish, I think a starfish and another octopus perhaps. But my most recent guy here is these guys, and I love them. My shark, my pilot fish, and my barracuda, which I keep saying it that way because it makes me think of Pat Benatar's barracuda. I think it's Pat Benatar. I might be wrong. No one's corrected me yet. So I'm going to continue on pretending that I'm right. I love it. I love them so much. I love Lola Crow. I think Lola Crow is fantastic. This is Deadly Aquarium SAL by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. I bought it on Etsy. I'm sure she has other places you can buy it. Maybe, perhaps. I actually don't know that. I know you can buy them on like 123 Stitch, but the SAL I bought on Etsy. And I love Lola Crow. I love Lola Crow so much. I like the way that she uses backstitch. I like the way that she uses color. I shouldn't assume gender. I don't know, but I just like everything about it. So my shark, my barracuda, and my pilot fish, which are very cute. They're very cute little pilot fish. Very cute little pilot fish. They are not. This is not caught up because there was one released yesterday. It's caught up, but it's not behind. It's caught up, not caught up, but it's behind. Or, it's not behind, but it isn't caught up. There we go. It's not behind, but it isn't caught up. That's what I generally say. This one is caught up, and it's not behind because I did this week's release here yesterday, I believe. Just do that so you can see. This is my year-long SAL by Steady Thread. It is a black stitch SAL that is released on Facebook. So if you go to the Steady Thread Facebook group, you can. I think there might be a Steady Thread Facebook group and a SAL group. I don't remember, or black work group. I don't remember. Steady Thread does mainly black work, anyways. Every week she releases a part of this pattern all year long. Once all the weeks are released, I don't know how long she does, like what the break is like, but she will release. She'll gather them all up and sell them as a pattern at the end of the year, or once everything's done. So I've done this one like the, similarly to the Moonlit Market SAL that I've already finished. This one there's two of them. There's an Ada version, and then there's also a linen version because I hate linen and black work. It doesn't look good. But this one I've had quite a few because it took me a little while to catch up. I think this would have been the last one because I remember talking about the fact that, sorry, my computer goes to sleep and I like to be able to see that you can actually see. I don't know. It makes me fine. Anyways, this is the most recent one that I've shown you because I remember saying that I couldn't remember what the name of frick, and I just lost it again. Not bluebells. Jeez. A flower I really like daffodils. Jeez. I remember telling you that I like that they remind me of daffodils. This flower here reminds me of daffodils. Make sure you can see everyone. Yeah. That this flower here reminds me of daffodils, but I couldn't remember the name, and I could only remember the scientific name, which is Narcissus. But that's the most recent one that I've shown you. So all four of these are new for you, right? They are new for you. And they're pretty much in order, honestly. This is the most recent one here, which I really like that I did it this way. I did purple here. I did the lighter green that I use for stems because I use two different greens for stems. This one is 908, 906, one of those two, one of the nines, right? And then this one is 319, I believe. But I use two different greens. So I use the lighter green. I use the purple, which I want to say is one of the 200s. I want to say it was this purple here. Here. Which I want to say is one of the nines. One of the 200s, a 210 perhaps, right? Is this purple here? And then this yellow is like 380, 3826 or something like that. It's one of the like straw yellows or the gold yellows that they have in the 38s. But I like it. I like it a lot. I think it is a pretty combination, and it makes me think of spring and Easter. Ironically enough, this one I think I did the linen in the darker blue for this flower here, but I didn't want to have two darker blues here, and I didn't think about it before I put it in. For some reason, I made the decision without thinking about it. But I ended up switching to the lighter blue, which I think still looks really good. Even though the blues are on top of each other, I don't think it's fine. Or I don't think it bothers me. But these four are new. I like these little reds. This is the only time I've used the 666 red here, which is one of my favorite reds, because I haven't used it anywhere else for whatever reason. But I love it. I love how tiny and delicate they are. So that's the Ada version. This is the linen version, which takes me forever to find them. Keep these up so I can figure out which ones were which. So this yellow is one of the new ones. This one is one of the new ones. This one is one of the new ones. And this is the most recent one. So these four right here. I don't always like it when I have to do a lot of green on the linen because it just feels like it pools. Like the leaves just don't like to lay the way that I want them to. But this little red is so cute. This little red is so cute. I love, oh, so I did the same blue. I did the same blue between the two fabrics. But yeah. I like it when I can do the same colors for the fabric, for each fabric, but I'm not always able to. But yeah, there we go. These four, this is all caught up. This is a weekly SAL. So it releases weekly on Facebook for free. So get it if you're interested in it, get it while you can before it becomes a thing you have to buy on Etsy. So yeah, this is it. Luckily, similarly with the Moonlit Market SAL, there's two color schemes, and this one there's two frames or two setups, like two layouts, and so it works out well because I really wanted to do this kilt to almost not work. I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to do that, but at the same time, linen and black work do not work well together. And that might be all of my whips right now. I think so. But I think I touched most everything I have working right now, except for other SALs that are not active, or not active, but they don't release as quickly. Like the Wanderer SAL is a monthly SAL, and so is the Vampire. So those two are probably the only two that didn't get touched this week, which is actually kind of cool. Let me pull this up so I can see what I need to do. So, yep, plants and petrichor. The first release, which is the frame, has been released, I think it was last week. I haven't gotten the fabric yet. The fabric should be in the mailbox. I'm gonna go grab the fabric in a little bit, and I'll be starting that hopefully today. Probably, maybe today, we'll see. Sometimes I like to finish a release, like if I'm working on Monster House, I'd rather finish Monster House today than not, so I might start that tomorrow. I might start Plants and Petrichor tomorrow. Plants and Petrichor is by Fine Frog Stitching, same as Femurs and Fungi, so it's set up similarly. Rather than like a gallery wall with bones and mushrooms, this is going to be windows, kind of like a gallery wall around windows with some rain and plants. So I'm very excited. I think it'll be very pretty, and the fabric is by Witch's Gardens Crafts, which is one of my favorite fabric dyers. And it is a really pretty dark blue-green, so I'm very excited about that. I will also be starting Maps by Ink Circles, or Map rather by Ink Circles. Map is a fun, different little SAL. Just a second. I need a drink before I kept going. Map, or M-A-P, Mysterious Adventure Project, is by Ink Circles. It will end up being on a not as bright, colorful fabric as I thought I was going to do it on, just because I've collected some floss for it, and I think it'll clash. It ended up being on more of an oatmeal-y fabric by Forbidden Fiber Co., and I'm doing pretty much all Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. Some of it is fancy floss, some of it is going to be more neutrals. I also bought some from Ink. I brought some more from Forbidden Fiber Co. to make up for some gaps that I had. So I was going to do a video on this last week, but my floss organization video ended up being long enough, and so this will be next week's video, and I'm probably just going to start it. And the fun thing about this is it's kind of referring to I need to eat today, and I think my brain is starting to slow down because I haven't eaten, but or I did earlier, but not recently. But it is referring to Dungeons and Dragons, so it has a similar setup to Dungeons and Dragons. It is a fantasy world map, and so the original instructions asked you, or not require, but suggest that you use die, like Dungeons and Dragons die. But I don't have any, And so I'm going to use tarot cards as well, or instead, because it says that you can use tarot cards. So I will be starting that next week in a video, so you get to see how that works. I also will be starting Study of Skulls once that gets released. I have more fabric coming from, Witch's Garden Craft, and this one's a brighter teal called Malachite. That one's coming in the mail. I think it's already been shipped. I don't remember. I had to buy twice from. This always happens with Witch's Garden Crafts. I buy one set and then I'm like, oh, but wait, and then I buy more. But once that comes in the mail, that one will be started. I have Halloween Village by Study of Skulls is by the Stitch Crypt, by the way. I will be starting Halloween Village by Stay Platinum Stitchery. The fabric for that one is called Skunkadoodle, I believe, by Black Dahlia Fabrics, which will be the first time I've ever bought from them, so I'm very excited. Once that comes in, when that starts, I will start. I also went ahead and bought Skullmoles by Meg C. By Meg C. That one is kind of similarly, it's got like a planchette-shaped frame, and then I don't know what any of the fills look like because those aren't on Etsy. But I will be starting that as soon as well. That one I don't remember what the suggested fabric for that one is, so I might be using stuff that I haven't stashed, kind of depending on what it is. And then a while ago, I bought Halloween by the Book SAL by Climbing Goat Designs. I just haven't started it yet. I don't think it's released yet either. If it has, then I will be catching up on that as well. Those are my plans. So Map by Ink Circles, Plants and Petrichor by Fine Frog, Study of Skulls by the Stitch Crypt, Halloween Village by Stay Platinum Stitchery, Skullmoles, and Halloween by the Book. It's going to be a busyness a little bit, but I like SALs. I like to do SALs so that you guys can decide if you want to do SALs, because not everyone wants to spend the money on SALs. I just happen to find that that's the best way for me to stay motivated in large projects. Sorry, my hair's a bit messy. Oh, it's very messy. It's just been... I need to clean it. I need to wash it, but it is what it is. So that's all of my whips. That's all of my plans. And then I have a little bit of stash. I have some random stuff in stash too. So I'm pretty sure I haven't shown these yet. So I don't think I've shown these. I bought these on 123 Stitch. I have the Haunted Laboratory. I think I mentioned them. I just haven't shown them. So Haunted Laboratory by Mill Hill. I have the Haunted Tower by Mill Hill. I have the Haunted Hotel by Mill Hill, and I won't show these in the overhead because it's not really necessary, but Haunted Hotel, bought all three of those on 123 Stitch. This is my fabric of the month by Witch's Garden Crafts in copper ore, and I'm pretty goddamn obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is pretty. It is a very mottled, dark, kind of like gray green almost, right? And then it has these like bright splotches of copper in there. So it's very pretty. I don't take them, I'm sorry for the plastic and the crinkle and all that, but I don't take them out of the fabric. I don't take the fabric out of the plastic because I am very clumsy. I have dyspraxia. My body doesn't always move the way it's supposed to. Thanks being neurodivergent, it's great. Neurospicy is wonderful. So I keep everything in the plastic as much as I possibly can because I am terrified that I will like not remember to cap this bottle and then yeah, right? So that's why I do that. Sorry, I'd rather not have to text her, or not text her, email her, message her and be like, hey, can I have some more? Because I messed it up. That's my fabric of the month by, that's exactly how I sound when that happens. I messed it up, I'm sorry, by Witch's Garden Crafts. My fabric of the month by Witch's Garden Crafts. This is my floss of the month, sorry for the crinkles, by, this is a sticker, it's so cute and tiny. By Night Stalker's Calling. This is my floss of the month. I get the floss of the month and with the magnet, with the needle minder. This was Care Bear. Did he have a taco on his belly? Huh. It's a Care Bear with a taco. I don't know much about Care Bears, but this is Care Bear themed. This is August's floss of the month. You get 3 flosses generally. Sometimes I think I've gotten 4, perhaps, but I have not taken this out of the bag on purpose, so I didn't have that problem. And then this is, it says shh, I'm counting, is what the little magnet says. I'm counting, so yeah. I've said it before, I will say it again for the sake of ease. If you want to just buy 1 month of the floss of the month by Night Stalker's Calling, you can buy it on their Etsy. If you want to have it be reoccurring and not have to remember to go buy it, then you can buy that. You can support them on Patreon, and that's part of like one of the little tiers on Patreon, which is what I do. I am obsessed with this blue, purple, green kind of like thing going on here. That's very pretty. Ooh, with a very like bright at the bottom. I like this color as well. I don't know much about Care Bears again, but it doesn't matter. I still like the floss. I think the floss is still very pretty. I can tell that I'm getting hungry. I don't get hangry generally. I just get very like giggly and weird. This is one of the many Flosstubes thread keeps that I bought on Amazon. This is one of the nicer ones I bought on Amazon that I haven't put anything on yet, but this is very, very cute, very pretty. Sorry for the crinkle, sorry for the crinkle. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. Silica gel, make sure that doesn't go somewhere. Yeah, so I like sunflowers. I get just sunflower tattooed on my side, my clavicle here. But yeah, there's that one. And then these, there's actually 2 more of these somewhere here. So these are the nice ones that I bought on Etsy. These are from Sunrise Grove. I bought these on Etsy as my shared ones, and because they're so big. Like these are all 30 position thread keeps, I believe. So I have these ones. I have this one, I think it's like a peony maybe. Kind of looks like a peony, but it also doesn't look like a peony. Dahlia maybe? It might be a dahlia. This is a rose. Again, these are from Sunrise Grove on Etsy. I don't remember what type of flower, maybe tulips, and then another sunflower. So these are just really nice. They're very thick. They are very, like the etching is all very well done, and all of the numbers are all consistent. You can see all those. Last thing, but not least thing, I have one more pack of these somewhere. So I bought these on 123 Stitch, and I was buying the tulip needles because I found that I really like those. I have them in another size in my kit, my like sewing box. These I bought just because I wanted to see if I liked them. I don't like them. One of the first ones I pulled out of here, these are John James twin pointed quick stitch needles. Now, I'm already a pretty quick stitcher, so I thought, I'll try them and see if I like them. But these don't suit the way I stitch first of all, right? So if you stitch with a hoop or a frame, and so you're doing like a poke and stab method, then these might work really well for you because you can just kind of do this, right? You can bring in, bring out without having to worry about twisting or turning your needle around. As someone who stitches in hand, these were not easy for me to use. They're very long. The first one of these that I brought out of the box I broke anyways because of the way that this is. Like, I don't want to take it out of here because I don't want to lose it. But if you see it, the eye is in the middle of the needle. Oh, here you go. There's a good little picture. So the eye is right here in the needle, and so in the middle of the needle. And so the minute I put any kind of pressure on it, it went and like bent. So didn't like them. I'm going to keep them in case I ever need them for whatever reason. But these are John James twin pointed quick stitch needles. I love John James needles. I just don't like these. Then I also bought another one of assorted short needles by tulip needles, but these are Hiroshima needles. I bought 24, 25, and I'm pretty sure the ones I had in my kit already are 26. And then I bought an assorted short Shishiko needles, I think is what they're called. Shishiko? I think that's right. Anyways, yeah. I love these. I love the fact that they come in like a little test tube. Like, it makes me very happy. I like that I can't lose that because it's nice. Because I will lose everything else. But these are really nice. I just like, they feel very sturdy. They're longer than I normally, like I do like short petite needles, but these are fine. Like, they're not so long that I need to worry about them like these, like the John James needles. But yeah, I think that's all of my haul. I really didn't have a whole bunch of haul. I feel like I'm missing something, but I didn't have a whole bunch of haul. I will next time because I'll have all that fabric coming in. But I think that's everything. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. And I need to get some food. So see you later. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you need me, holler, and I'll see you next time. Bye.